Yes, people, myself, TS, welcome back to another No Filter TS. In this one, just talking about the whole Fury AJ fight, which clearly looks like it's not happening. Obviously, Eddie Hearn did an interview yesterday talking about, looks like everyone's moving on. We haven't heard back from Queensbury since Wednesday. And then, George Warren went on TalkSport and, basically said, no, that's not the case. We're trying to get communications going a lot faster. Obviously, there was a point where Fury come out and basically said it's done, then said, oh, there's this deadline date. And, George Warren did admit that, we're at a stage where, agreements between the two broadcasters, or three broadcasters, because he mentioned ESPN as well. But he said it wasn't like a full agreement in place in regards to where, stuff was in writing. But the broadcasters seem on board, but they weren't hearing stuff back from Eddie. Frank Smith said he was out the loop. He'll try to find out what's going on and get back to George regarding it. And it come to a stage where Eddie was basically saying, oh yeah, looks like we're all moving on. And truth be told, in this, when you look at it at the end of it, it does look like it's a Eddie Hearn pulling out. For Eddie would say, like I see him saying in interviews, oh, I'm not the boss, etc., all this sort of stuff. But it does look more on him than anyone else, truth be told. Obviously, you had Fury. Many people think Fury pulled a bluff by calling out AJ, and he probably did. When it's like, oh, okay, he'll take the deal, take all of this, fine. We know that these big contracts don't get signed in quick time, but the way that it's kind of stemmed over the last couple of days or so, it does look like it's more so Eddie that doesn't want to fight. Even when he's doing an interview yesterday, he was kind of like, would you want him to have the fight now? Like he's kind of half-heartedly going around saying that, he personally wouldn't want the fight for AJ now because, if he comes off the back of 3 defeats in a row, it's long. And I think from a business point of view, they're trying to still make as much money out of AJ as they possibly can, which, at the end of the day, it's a business, but, this is a promoter that talks about his fighter's resume and how much people he fights all the time, etc., etc. So you can't go from that to be then saying, he's going to, next to be Fury, potentially Fury, and then it's, whoever it's going to be now. So it's disappointing, it's a shame. But we'll see where both fighters go from here. Fury apparently has sent offers to Derek Chisora. Manuel Charles seems to be the front runner. What AJ does next, who knows? But it's a shame because it's definitely a fight that I believe everyone wanted to see, and we'll see where both fighters go from here on in. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button now, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.